The mass spectrum for a molecule that contains carbon, hydrogen, and one other element is shown below. What is the most likely identity of the third element? And we are given the mass spectrum. We've got two labeled peaks here. And of those two, we are told that 112 is the molecular ions. This is what we would consider M+. And so the molecular ion is the weight of the entire molecule, and it is based on the lightest of the abundant isotopes. And so what we see here is we see a peak, so this is M+, and we see a peak 2 mass units heavier, and we call that an M+2 peak. So the presence of a prominent M+2 peak indicates to us the presence of either chlorine or bromine. And that's because both chlorine and bromine have two isotopes that are present in high abundance. So for bromine, we have bromine 79 and bromine 81. And then for chlorine, we have chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. For bromine, these isotopes are present in roughly equal amounts, so approximately 50% each. So that means if you have bromine, your M+2 peak and your M+ peak, the peak that contains the bromine 79 and the one that contains bromine 81, are equal in height. So you'd have an M+2 peak equal in height, equal to that M+. With chlorine, approximately 75% of chlorine is chlorine 35 and approximately 25% is chlorine 37. So this leads to a pattern where we see the M+2 peak being approximately 1/3 the height of the M+. And so if we take a look here, that's what we're seeing. This is approximately 1/3 the height of the M+ peak, which means that we have chlorine. Whoops.